In a moment that will be etched into history, the Roman Catholic Church has taken an unprecedented step. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost of the United States has been elected as the new Supreme Pontiff, adopting the papal name Leo XIV. The announcement, made Thursday, stunned the world and marked a groundbreaking milestone, the first time an American has been chosen to occupy the chair of St. Peter in the Church's 2 millennia-long existence. The decision, reached after a closely watched conclave in the Sistine Chapel, defied expectations and signaled a remarkable shift in Vatican dynamics. For centuries, the papacy has been dominated by European, and more recently, Latin American, leaders. Cardinal Prevost's rise from his modest beginnings in Chicago to the apex of global Catholic leadership is both inspiring and emblematic of the Church's increasingly international character. As the white smoke billowed above Vatican City, signaling the conclusion of the conclave, tens of thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square in eager anticipation. Moments later, the traditional proclamation rang out from the Apostolic Palace, Habemus Papam. We have a Pope. Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re then introduced the newly elected pontiff as Pope Leo XIV, a name not heard in more than a century, evoking the memory of Pope Leo XIV, a progressive voice of Catholic social teaching in the 19th century. Stepping out onto the central balcony, Pope Leo XV addressed the faithful with quiet strength and profound humility. "Brothers and sisters, may peace be upon you," he said. "I accept this calling with deep humility, trusting in God's mercy and the prayers of the Church." His calm demeanor and measured tone left a strong impression on the world watching, especially as the significance of his nationality underscored a larger transformation within Catholicism, one that now reflects the religion's growth and vitality, far beyond its traditional European strongholds. Cardinal Prevost's journey to the papacy is rooted in decades of service, theological expertise, and cross-cultural ministry. Born in 1955, he joined the Augustinian order and was ordained a priest in 1982. Much of his early pastoral work took place in Latin America, particularly in Peru, where he became known for advocating social justice, defending indigenous rights, and engaging in meaningful theological dialogue. His fluency in English, Spanish, and Italian allowed him to connect deeply with diverse communities, and his reputation as a bridge builder made him a vital voice in an increasingly global church. In 2023, Prevost was appointed by Pope Francis as prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops, placing him at the heart of Vatican governance. There, he oversaw the appointment of bishops worldwide, earning broad respect for his balance of transparency, discipline, and compassion. Though few predicted his election, his name had quietly gained traction among the Papabili, the shortlist of potential successors to the papacy. Pope Leo XIV's election represents far more than a symbolic gesture. He is expected to continue and perhaps deepen many of the reforms initiated by Pope Francis. These include confronting the clergy abuse crisis with greater openness, decentralizing authority within the Church, prioritizing environmental responsibility, and promoting interfaith dialogue. His long-standing connection to Latin America and the Global South suggests that his pontificate will be outward-facing, attentive to the needs of the world's poor, displaced, and marginalized. World leaders swiftly responded to the news. The President of the United States issued congratulations, calling the election a moment of pride and hope. Political and religious figures from around the globe echoed sentiments of unity, celebration, and cautious optimism. Meanwhile, inside Vatican City, pilgrims from every corner of the world gathered with joy, eager to witness what direction this new pontificate might take. Yet alongside the historic nature of this election lies the formidable task ahead. Pope Dux. Leo XIV inherits a church navigating some of its most difficult challenges in recent memory: declining vocations in the West, internal divisions over sexuality and gender roles, and the lasting wounds of clerical abuse. He must balance centuries of theological tradition with the demands of a rapidly evolving modern world, walking a tightrope that his predecessors have traversed with mixed success. Observers have taken note of his chosen papal name, Leo XIII, whose legacy he references was a visionary reformer who championed workers' rights and reshaped the Church's engagement with the modern age. By selecting the name Leo XIV, the new pope may be signaling his intention to follow a similar path, prioritizing justice, compassion, and a faith deeply embedded in everyday human experience. The eyes of the Catholic world now turn to his first public Mass, scheduled for Sunday at St. Peter's Basilica. Expected to draw massive crowds, the Mass will likely provide early hints of Pope Leo XIV's priorities, tone, and leadership style. Vatican sources also confirm that his initial encyclicals will focus on urgent global issues, calling for peace in war-torn regions like Ukraine and the Middle East, uplifting the role of youth in the Church and deepening the call for ecological responsibility in the face of climate crisis. Culturally, the election of an American pope brings new energy and questions. The American Catholic community itself, diverse and often divided, may now look to the Vatican with renewed interest and expectation. Whether he leans conservative, progressive, or strikes a middle path, Pope Leo XIV appears poised to resist ideological labels in favor of a church that listens, learns, and leads with love. Within Vatican walls, reports indicate that Pope Leo XIV plans a comprehensive review of the Roman Curia within his first 100 days. Insiders suggest he may usher in unprecedented changes, including greater involvement of lay people and women in key roles, part of a broader effort to modernize the Church's internal structure and restore credibility where it has been lost. As the Catholic Church embarks on this new chapter, Pope Leo XIV emerges as a symbol of hope and change. His election breaks geographic barriers and sets the stage for a pontificate grounded in humility, wisdom, and a firm resolve to renew the Church from the inside out. As he concluded his first address beneath the ancient statues and Renaissance frescoes of St. Peter's Basilica, his words echoed with purpose and grace. May we walk together in love and truth, bearing witness to Christ's light in every corner of the earth.